Well, welcome in to the Omega Dubai Desert Classic 2026, the premier tag team competition here in the TDTW. Well, let me very quickly walk you through the rules of this year's competition. Competing tag teams are divided into 4 groups of 4 teams, groups A through D. Teams in each group face one another in a round robin, with the top 2 teams advancing to the knockout stage. Group matches will have a 20-minute time limit. Teams will receive 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. If teams are tied on points after all group matches, the head-to-head result between the tied teams will determine who advances. If still tied after that, the team that won their matches in the shortest total time will move on to the knockout stage. Well, let's take a look at this year's groups, starting with Group A, and the top seed in that group, the English Defence League, last year's defending champions. The Vortex Club are next, and their configuration will be Muscle Muffin and Travis the Moonstar. And then Love Gun Lowry, Dundee John the Frontier, and the final group rounding out Group A is the tag team of Leandro Corbett and CJ Murrin. Moving on to Group B, it'll be the Air Asia Tag Team Champion Carvel Academy in a group with Lachlan and the Abominator of the Wildcat Empire. Another former champion, the Rising Flames, and that group is rounded out by the Buffet Club. Group C, long-time Air Asia Tag Champs Lenny and Zenny will be in there with Big Time Strong Style, Stars and Strikes, and following the play-in, the Sloth Empire. And rounded it all out with Group D, the Men of Virtue are joined by Danny Mean and Zach Paxton of the Danny Dojo, the Flash and Ass Pandemic, and as well, a last minute addition, the new Cosmic Avengers.
Welcome in everyone to Matchday 2 in Group B of the 2026 Dubai Desert Classic. Clem Fandango on the call for this matchup, which will be 2 teams which lost in Matchday 1, so perilous position for both Carvel Academy on the left of your screen and the Buffet Club, as if you could mistake them for anyone else on the right hand side. So a win here, really crucial for both teams. So Jackson Reed just teeing off, and Big Andy, that should be the plan, really try and wear these big men down. We've seen a successful strategy from the Rising Flames, not something we often see. They managed to absorb the early punishment and let the Gourmands tire themselves out and then capitalise for an important win. Traditionally in the Dubai Desert Classic, the Buffet Club do well in the group stage. But perhaps coming into this year, the teams have kind of figured out a game plan to take them on. But backslide here from the giant Hall Stacks. That's not going to work, I'm afraid, this early. But that might have headbutt right to the shoulder of Jackson Reed. And another. Jackson Reed, a man who's had trouble qualifying from the group stages in the past. This time, though, part of a new team. He's with his mentor, review Stephen Carvel. He's getting sent into the corner for now and getting absolutely squashed like a pancake. Perhaps we'll see the Buffet Club adjust here and use more frequent tags so as not to tire themselves out, and Jackson Reed is just getting splashed all over the place here. Thankfully for him, he was able to get out of the corner there, and look at this. Oh, Look at the torque on the arm, and as that leg draped over the neck, forcing the head of Big Andy down. I'm going to soak in a few boos, but perhaps that was a bad idea. That's a lot of weight into that cover. We're still not able to garner a 1 count. Tag made. There's the leg of Jackson Reed trapped there and followed up with a kick by the giant Hall stacks. Look at that. Too girthy, I'm afraid, Jackson. And Jackson's been in for the entirety of this match. You may want to be thinking soon about bringing in the View Stephen Carvell, or the Buffet Club are just going to continue to do this. Wear him down. He's able to slip down the back there. And DDT. Nobody home on that knee drop again. Perhaps that should have been maybe his opportunity to make a tag. And from behind, European uppercut to the back of the head, and now he's going to take this opportunity to bring in the View Stephen Carvell. Chorus of boos from the crowd. Everyone in attendance tonight here in Dubai not overly pleased with the view. Into the corner. Oh, attempted cheap shot. And Jackson Reed denied. Whatever the view was going for, also denied. It's a shoulder breaker. Those troubles were thankfully able to evade that big meaty elbow drop. Let's run this back, try it again. Yes, successful this time. Oh Lord. A package pile driver from the view, and Big Andy's going up and down. Into a brain buster from Jackson Reed. Smartly as well, placing himself between Big Andy. And oh, snap spear attempted. And a snap spear denied. Andy able to evade, and that's a very large target that you're attempting to spear, so bit of a disappointment if you're not able to connect with that. And now bringing the fight to the outside, following Jackson Reed out there. He's going to pay for it. And he caught with a combination, and oh, Jackson's got the leg. Trying to take away the base of Big Andy. Andy frantically trying to fight his way out of it. With some clubbing blows, and an uppercut just holds Jackson in half. It was not all a big leg drop as well. Jackson Reed could be in trouble here. Into the cover goes Andy. And that's going to prompt Jackson Reed to come in and break up that pinfall only 5 minutes into this match. Reminder, of course, if there is a double count out, or if that timer in the top right corner elapses, there will be a draw. And each team receive 1 point. Oh my good God, no. That's 1,000 pounds of something crashing all the way down and crushing Jackson Reed. The View's burned his interference. He's only been in this match for about 10 seconds total, and it was nearly over in a flash. I'm not sure how Jackson was able to kick out of that, but he's in a terrible amount of danger here. He gets his head taken off. This could be one of the faster matches we've seen in the Dubai Desert Classic if Jackson Reed is not able to get over to his corner very quickly before the Buffet Club can land another large maneuver. Jackson fighting with everything he's got, but I don't know if that'll be enough. He's crawling to the corner. Giant Hall stacks taking in the sights and flying in. Nobody home once again. This is Jackson's chance off the ropes. Drop toe hold. Opts not to make the tag. I'm not sure if that was the correct decision. No, he's looking for a double team maneuver, and Hall stacks realized that. Said he's going to try his hand at a double team maneuver. And it looks like this one's going to be more successful. Just ragdoll back in the corner. I think one more big move. And Jackson is completely screwed here. Right back in. Oh, thought he might have been sent him to the corner and said sent him off the ropes. Bash of heads, but Andy was quickest off the mark. But oh, here we go already. Breathing quite heavily. He's looking quite dazed. Perhaps his blood sugar's low, and Jackson Reed makes the all-important tag. This match would not have lasted much longer had he not made that tag. Perhaps Hallstacks can pass some sort of chocolate bar or something to Andy. As a completely fresh view, Stephen Carvell is just teeing off on Big Andy. That's that veteran experience of the view, but oh, and there's the hubris of the view, allowing Big Andy to make a tag. Taking in the adulation or lack thereof from the fans. Oh, he's got to turn his attention back to Big Andy on the outside. Giant Hallstacks chasing him down, but the view too slippery, able to evade him. And the lumbering frame of Giant Hallstacks does take a moment to get back in the ring. Another tag. Oh, and watch this, up and down! Combination cutter. Jackson Reed with a knee strike there. Right to the head of the Giant. Jackson's still worn down, he has absorbed that devastating aerial maneuver from the Buffet Club, but did have some time to rest on the apron there. Stomping the ground. And this time, the big squash in the corner is successful. Jackson, well, he was able to catch the foot and sweep it out from under him. Reaching the halfway point in this match. Let's go back to what's been working for you, and that's that European uppercut to the back of the head. Stephen Carvell rejoins the match. Hip toss, beautifully executed. And the view thinks that hip toss could be enough to put Giant Hallstacks away. Only a 1 count. Answers to the referee there. Hallstacks still fighting. Teeing off with a giant chop to the head of Stephen Carvell. He brings in Big Andy, but Stephen Carvell ready for him. Saw Big Andy enter the ring and catches him with a boot. Another tag made. As the pendulum swings once again, Jackson Reed back in, into the cover on Andy, as Andy completely gassed out here. Nearly, but not quite. Oh! Dodged the cheap shot, didn't dodge that giant clothesline. Hallstacks now wants a piece of Jackson. Again, smaller competitors able to evade the offense. That's a boot to the face. Back into the corner goes Jackson. Another tag made to Andy, and oh, not again, not again. They're going to kill this man. Reinforce that ring as the Buffet Club comes crashing down. Jackson Reed's tournament may be over. Stephen Carvell, though, preserves the matchup. Regardless of the result of this match, I think a trip to the trainer's room will be needed for Mr. Jackson Reed. He may have broken ribs or internal bleeding. For the time being, perhaps just through adrenaline, he's able to keep fighting. Sends Andy to the corner. He'll be looking to bring Stephen Carvell back in immediately, and he is. And we've seen this before from them, this combination from the academy. Draped across the knee. The knee of Carvell comes down. Flatliner. Andy Enzagiri. Relentless from the academy. Big Andy has to be saved by his partner. And suddenly it looks like the Carvell Academy are in the driver's seat. Up and down. That'll do it, folks. I hope you sit back and enjoy the view. No, perhaps not. Great toughness shown from Andy. Having to use the corner buckle though to get himself back to his feet, and he's not going to be there for long. As Jackson Reed takes him down and looks to deliver perhaps a decisive blow here. Oh, whenever he was thinking, Andy was able to prevent it. Hoists him up for a slam, and that Smart needs to make the tag. A giant splash from the giant Hall stacks. Carvell's going to need to interrupt that one. This match is just back and forth, back and forth. Multiple times it's looked like both the Academy and the Buffet Club were down and out, but now in the driver's seat is the Buffet Club. The leg of Andy puts Jackson Reed down and out.
Here are your winners.
There we go, a big win for the big men. They keep their hopes alive, but it's looking incredibly perilous for the reigning Air Asia Tag Team Champs. Join me next for more Group B action. Glenn Fandango back with more action from Group B. We're on match day 2. And this are the two teams that won their opening matchup, so both teams looking good for qualification depending on results here. A win for the Rising Flames here will guarantee them making it to the knockout stages, and a win for the Wildcat Empire is needed to not eliminate the Carvell Academy, who we just seen earlier on picking up their second loss, so it's not looking good for them. One here for the Wildcat Empire will not 100% guarantee them qualifying. However, they would need results elsewhere to go very badly wrong for them. So a win here, all important for shaping the final standings of the group, and he makes it through to the knockout stages. There's KCJ ringside for the Wildcat Empire. No sign of Big Jim and his former charges, who still maintains a sort of friendly relationship with, but Big Jim prefers to let the boys fight their own battles. It's the only way they'll learn, he says. And they've been doing a pretty good job so far. Previous winners of this competition and a victory on match day 1. And at the minute, that is the Senator Laurie Smith mixing it up with Lachlan. Oh, out of the way, Dubai Desert Classic official. As in comes the drop kick. They're now gonna have to utilize that brawling style, perhaps. It certainly is here. Holding up ahead of steam and kicking Laurie Smith right in the face. It's going to be enough for Laurie to get out of there, and while Laurie's regaining his composure, Jelvis right in front of me with an atomic drop. And Russian leg sweep. beautifully executed by a not very beautiful man. And I've got the best seat in the house for it here. Realizing the danger and says, come on, let's bring this back in the ring. Let's fight like men, Mr. Smith. Drops him down across the knee. No tags as of yet in this matchup. As Loughlin's just going to, as stubborn as he is, tee off with a Kamigoye. Vintage Celtic warrior there. And now he's going to send Laurie to the corner and bring in the big man. All steak, no eggs, the Abominator. There's those headbutts of his. And you also got to be wary of the knees. Ooh. He's wary of that rolling neck snap. I was thinking DDT there, but the Abominator too powerful for that, and there's that frightening pace as he just completely bowls Laurie Smith over. Brings Loughlin back into tee off. And Laurie Smith, and I think Laurie's going to have to make a tag, and as Loughlin is celebrating with the crowd, that's exactly what Laurie does. In comes Jelvis. Lefts and rights. Able to drop Loughlin for a moment there. And again with a back elbow. And into the first cover of the matchup. 2 count. Straight back into another cover. Trying to make Loughlin expend energy to kick out her. We know that Jelvis can be prone to delusions of grandeur on occasion. So really might have thought that he could have the win there. Nobody home on the first back elbow, nobody home on the chop. And he's going to, oh! I think he was going to get caught with that Irish Trinity. Instead, we're going to go a stomping here. Face first into the mat. Oh, a back rake. Jelvis has looked very excellent since coming into this match. And now to Brett's rope. Lands down with a swinging elbow drop. Might have hurt his aforementioned pelvis on the landing. Hopefully he's still able to shake it. And he's been in about 95% of this match for the Wildcat Empire. He's looking to bring Abominator in to deal with Jelvis. He was not successful. Slips out. That back suplex. And now brings the Abominator in. Let's see that double back body drop. Jelvis now. He's going to retreat to the outside. The Abominator quickly follows him. Opts to return to the ring there, perhaps realizing given a bit of a trap set for the Rising Flames. Looking to perhaps gang up on the Abominator, and Abominator and Smith exchanging words there. And whatever he said, the Abominator didn't like it. He's just going to start swinging at anything that moves. But his timing was a little bit off there. And Jelvis again immediately able to capitalize. Shot to the face. Back into the corner. There has been some good tag team wrestling from the Rising Flames. They've been able to stifle the momentum of the Wildcats. Most junctures. Nope. Mind your hips, Jelvis. That can't be good for them landing like that. But it was even worse. Oh, there he is. loosening up those hips a little bit. Again, takes Lachlan down into another cover. You've got to hook the leg there, Jelvis. You're not going to put somebody as resilient as Lachlan away, and here he goes again. Cover after cover, and Abominator quickly putting a stop to that. This now brings Laurie back in, who is really having a much smaller measure of success in this match. And it's getting even worse now with that Irish Trinity. 3 Irish curse backbreakers to Laurie Smith into the pin. And that nearly did it. Jelvis was very close at hand, but opted not to come in and break up that pinfall. They're now looking a little bit worn down, so it's going to be the Abominator that's brought back in. But only for a moment. You can see some tandem offense. And Lachlan's going to look to put this one away. Banshee's wheel right onto the chrome dome of Laurie Smith, and Wildcat Empire would have gone 2 for 2 had it not been for Jelvis. Now fights out to the second rope. Oh, aloha. Lachlan denied. Laurie perhaps getting a unflattering angle up the kilt there. And nobody home as he tries to explode out of the corner with a lariat. And taking a moment to plan his next course of action. Perhaps trying to disorientate the Senator around and around, but that didn't quite work. And here comes Laurie with a forearm. Perhaps the optimal move there for Lachlan was another tag to the Abominator. Nope. Laurie's spied Casey J on the outside and has some choice words for her. And that could be his downfall. He had an opportunity there to tag out. He's able to set it up once again, and this time not successful. Took his eye off Lachlan there to make the tag to Jelvis. And while he did so, Lachlan fights out. Oh dear. Perhaps leave the dancing to Jelvis, Mr. Smith. And look out behind you! A blood moon attempted, but it seemed to only glance Laurie. He can thank his lucky stars it did. But in the grand scheme of things, it may not matter. Tag made. The ropes, and another double back body drop. He's going to have to get out of there. Well, he got maybe about 0.5 of a second of rest there until a Kamigoye again from Lachlan. And Lachlan, I thought he was going to return to the ring, instead moonsault, but the knees were up. You have to question such a high-risk maneuver when it looked like the Wildcat Empire were closing in on victory. Tag made to Jelvis, the much, much fresher of the two. But he gets kneed in the face. There's a little turnabout's fair play from earlier. Just ragdolling him. Oh, attempted discus forearm. Denied kitchen sink knee, denied. Counter for counter. Into the corner. Now looking to tee off on Jelvis. Not sure what Coughlin's looking at there. Perhaps the hair of Jelvis. Something. It's a little bit strange about his hair. Not quite sure what styling he's done with it today. Pendulum knees. That could very well do it. Laurie Smith is not entering to break this up, as there was no need to. Jelvis out quickly. Again, something's caught the eye of Loughlin there. Looking at Jelvis. And there comes that knee again. Jelvis crumpling to the floor. His own corner now though, and look at this, the fighting spirit of Loughlin. He thinks this one is over. Incoming Banshee's wheel into the pin, and Laurie Smith has to break that one up. They are hanging on by a thread here, the Rising Flames. This matchup going deep. We're almost 3/4 of the way through the allotted time. A tag to the Abominator. Let's see it again. Double back body drop. Jelvis still able to fire up himself and come back with a knee strike. Fist drop. Laurie Smith has burned his interference. So Jelvis has got to be very careful here, although he does seem to have things under control. And the interference is reset. We're back to pretty much a level playing field, or we were before that kick. Laurie is completely in La La Land. I'm not sure he knows where he is. I'll tell you where you are, you're in trouble, and you're in the Dubai Desert Classic. No double back body drop this time. It was denied. Instead, we could be seeing a tandem maneuver from the Flames. Back elbows. Off the ropes goes Jelvis and drops down a double axe handle. There's another one of those patented fist drops. We are under 5 minutes. Don't forget to keep an eye on that timer, folks. A draw here would mean elimination for the Carvel Academy. It would make things incredibly interesting coming into Matchday 3. Abominator now dropping all of that weight across the chest of Jelvis. Loughlin getting his licks in. Tag made. Give us another, folks. Double back body drop. Yes! The Wildcat Empire know what the people want to see. And oh, Loughlin there, I think, was gearing up for a Celtic hammer. But with perhaps the last of his energy, Jelvis dives for the hot tag, and Laurie Smith out of nowhere nearly stole it. Completely caught Loughlin by surprise, and oh no, sunset split. Laurie's not done. He's going to dance a little. Now is not the time, Laurie. but a leg drop nonetheless. To end it there with a double team maneuver. Lachlan realizing that, drops him down and blasts him right in the back of the head. Abominator back in. And hoist Laurie up into the powerbomb position. He's going to carry him all the way back to the Wildcat corner. Isn't the danger? He's in though. Able to get out of there quickly. Not sure what he was looking for there, but it was denied. And the power of the Abominator hoists him up like he's nothing. Into the pin. This match has gone on for a significant amount of time. That could do it. Not quite. And folks, colour me very impressed by the toughness and resiliency of both teams here. Showing why they were successful on their first outing in this year's competition. Abominator's fired up, but whatever you're planning to do, I suggest you do it quickly lest that timer elapse. Off the ropes. Pop up. Power bomb denied. Or he fights his way out of it. To make the tag. And prevent another kick though from the Abominator. This time he is going to get the tag. They use their own favourite maneuver against them. Double back body drop. Elvis teeing off to the pin. Lachlan, rightly so, realizes the Abominator able to withstand that quite easily. Oh, might have been looking for a bit of shake, rattle and roll, but the Abominator caught him. So Elvis dropped face first against the buckle. Into the corner. Wildcats might want to get a move on, and that they will. Double super kick. But Jelvis, realizing the danger, is going to fly to the outside, slip down the back and escape with a point apiece. Oh, hey, that's uncalled for. The bell had rang.
Well, the top two teams there sharing a point puts them on the brink of qualification. Wildcat Empire and Rising Flames know it's winning in for them on the final day. Buffet Club condemning Carville Academy to elimination. They are also winning in on their final day.